Message from the management. Eating and drinking while viewing these videos is not advised. Please be aware you do so at your own risk. Hi guys, welcome back to Exposed. And if I'm welcoming you back and you like it here, I'd love it if you stayed and subbed. Laura? It is Laura, isn't it? Laura, I need to contact you about a live, but I've been so hit and miss. I'm still not quite right. I'll never be quite right, but you know what I mean. I will contact you as soon as I know I'm going to be around for a few days straight and see if we can sort something out for a live. But I wanted to carry... What's she doing, blowing a whistle? 1 minute she's kicking off. The last time I did a video, she was kicking off and throwing everything in the bin and she was going to have to live in her car. But she's still there, I see. So, it's like, and people still listen to the bullshit and believe it all. Look at that face. It was around here, wasn't it? There we go. Life on social. This one is the next one, isn't it? Part 3. But she hasn't got, she's taken that off the picture now. Part 1. What? None of her videos make sense. Right, I did that. She's binning everything. She's still binning stuff there. This was the one after that, wasn't it? Because I wanted to do those 4 all together or in order. Part 2. Why is it? So that's another part 1 and another part 2. So is this part 3 of them 2? Dear no, I've no idea what this woman is doing, but that's what, 8 and 9. It's only 20 minutes, isn't it? Half an hour. I'll do all these 3 together because her videos are short, aren't they? So I was going to say cheerful. They're not cheerful though, are they?
Somewhat to the... Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. And today...
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Wouldn't it be good if she talked like that? Her videos would only be 4 minutes long. Normal. No one around here normal. Go.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. And today is Tuesday, November the 26th.
What's the noise? That's a brand new apartment, so all the bits and bobs are brand new, aren't they? Why is something going in the background? That's what our washing machine sounds like when it's on the way out.
So I'm in the bedroom today, but first I want to go outside and take some more of these bags of trash out to the dumpster. Let's see, I took 4 out last night. I think I have 10 more that have filled up to go out today. But I can only take a couple at a time. I just can't, you know, walk that far and...
So she's taken 4 and she's got another 10. How in the ever-loving fuck has she got 14 big bags worth of rubbish in that tiny little apartment? I'm not saying her apartment's tiny. I'm saying in comparison to American homes, her apartment is tiny. How could she have that much rubbish? Right, it's like people, I watch a lot of decluttering and that woman do it on a diamond. How to organise your home. If I had a home your size, I wouldn't need help organising it because there's tons of room. I can go into any room in this house and there's nothing to throw out. Anything that was that we didn't use that was good enough to be passed on to charity has been. And everything else that we've got in this house is either brand new or stuff that we're using. And we've got nowhere to put anything. Like someone the other day on, was it a Lisa video? Or in my comments said, could they have a tour of my house? And it's like, whoop, there you go, that's it. There's no room in this house. I'm going to have to try and dig some photos out for them. Anyway, shut up, get back to Merle.
Carry something heavy and make it up and down the stairs. But I'm in the bedroom today. Still got a lot of cleaning out to do and throwing away.
How can you have a lot of cleaning out to do? You've got 1 cupboard in your bedroom. That'll have clothes that you wear and bedding for the bed. What rubbish have you got in there? I don't understand.
And minimizing, is it minimal? Minimizing, whatever. So I'll turn this around, let you see what I've got on my bed. I have to get through it before tonight so I can sleep in my bed.
Oh, you can throw everything on the floor and climb in your bed like most people do if they've started a declutter and then they get halfway through and they can't finish it. What do normal people do? Ah, fuck it. That's going on the floor. I'll sort it tomorrow.
But I'm going to continue while I'm on this kick of cleaning out all of my junk and getting rid of so much stuff that's just been packed away and sitting around in boxes that I haven't worn for years and I probably will never wear.
Right, but if you've got a ton of clothes that you haven't worn and you won't wear, don't put them in the bin, Glenda. Give them to the fucking charity shop. Or find a homeless shelter and give it to them.
No need to hold on to it anymore, and I may have to just pick up and leave. I don't know how much longer.
Oh, stop going on. I may have to pick up and leave. You know damn well you're going nowhere. You're just looking for sympathy.
I can afford to live here. I am going to start looking for a job. A new Hobby Lobby opened over here. Either they'll hire someone with a felony conviction for shoplifting. I kind of doubt it, but
the thing is, if you go in and say to them, honestly, look, in my past, I did X, Y, and Z. I've paid my time for doing X, Y, and Z. I'm now 103 years old and I couldn't run from here to the front door. So is there any chance you can give me a chance to redeem myself? Plus, I'm into crafting. I like that type of thing. I could help people that shop here. Give me an unpaid trial even. And let me show if you think I'm worthy to be a member of staff by the end of the week or whatever, fair enough. And then put me on a 3-month trial like every job does. And if I fuck up within the 3 months, I'm out. I'm sure if someone came up to me and said, at her age, you know, I've got an apartment, I can't afford to pay for it, I desperately need a job, I did steal in my past, but I don't do that anymore. Can you give me a chance? I'd give her a chance.
I guess it won't hurt to go and talk to the manager
No, it wouldn't.
And see if they have anything, how they feel about someone with a past. I don't.
Please don't go with the big brown eyes. Put your makeup on. Make yourself look human.
I don't even know if they still check that anymore, but that was a long time ago. I don't do that kind of stuff anymore. I'm not on drugs anymore, but I've got to get a job. I did fill out an application to deliver for Uber Eats, and I was approved for it, but I haven't done it yet. They sent me the little card. It's like a little debit card that you use whenever you do make a delivery. They pay you right away, but I don't know anything about it, and I don't even know if my car could withstand that. But
you need to know the area well as well, don't you? There'd be no point me doing Uber Eats here. Plonk me back where I lived in London, I knew everywhere. But you need to know the area and you need to know all the quickest routes, don't you, to get from A to B, so the food's warm. It's usually stone fucking cold by the time it gets to us. We've given up now.
I'm looking into it. If I could just make clear, $50 a week, that would help me.
You are clearing $50 a week or more from YouTube. Don't fucking lie, Glenda. You've got what? 30,000 subscribers and you get average 10,000 views.
That would at least pay my car insurance. And luckily the Synthroid that I'm trying to get now, it's a 3-month supply, so it's $130. It fluctuates. Some months it's $119. Some months it's
Oh, you've changed the price of it now, and now it's 3 months and not a month. When are the people that watch you gonna wake up?
Some quarterly refills are like $99. It just fluctuates. Some months it's $119. Some months it's some quarterly refills are like $99. It just fluctuates. And I go to the pharmacy with the lowest price. I have to check the prices at every pharmacy, and I use the Good RX coupon. But anyway, I'm going to take the rest of these bags of garbage out, and then I will flip this around, and we'll start going through some of this junk in my bedroom. So let me turn you around now. Now the closet looks a lot worse than it really is, because I have
Doesn't look bad to me.
I don't know what I have. I must have 2 navy blue comforters. I think I did order one from Amazon, and then I ordered one from Land's End. So I've got that, and I've got my pajamas up here, and my winter clothes from last winter. Y'all, I never even went through my summer clothes and took them out. A bunch of old bras up there that I can't wear anymore. And then I have to organize this. It's just the biggest mess. I guess this...
It's not a mess though, is it? It just needs a quick tidy, that's all. Making out how bad it is. The kitchen was worse.
This is my medicine cabinet. I just try to put everything in a vertical storage as often as possible to, well, because I don't have a dresser or a chest of drawers or anywhere to put anything.
See, you could pick one of them up from Goodwill or somewhere. They'd probably deliver it for you. You give them a whole load of stuff and get some money off of a chest of, as Lisa says, a chest of drawers.
So let's see. I don't think I have a lot in here
What's in
to
there?
have to go through my junk. I don't have a junk drawer. I just put everything in this little storage box. And then these are my nails and things. That I just bought my Tide when I did my shopping at Walmart.
Well,
My
let's show
mirror.
us.
I got that mirror at Goodwill when I lived in
I want to see what's in the cupboard. I'm not asked about the mirror.
Jersey. It's been a very good mirror too. Of course, I'm not
Oh, it's really helped me through the dark days, my mirror.
going to get rid of my painting by my best friend Dale. And then I've got to
Why?
go through this. There's just a lot of paperwork.
I thought it was your best
And then
friend. Oh, what have I done now? You're going to get rid of your painting by your best friend Dale. Is that what she said?
A good mirror too. Of course, I'm not going to get
No,
rid of my
okay.
painting by my best friend Dale. And then I've got to go through this. There's just a lot of paperwork, a lot of my medicine and junk on there. And then I have 2 of these makeup containers, which I don't need both of them. I'm going to consolidate that. And then I still have to do something with all
Oh,
of
it's
this
the
stuff.
thing in the bathroom, yeah. We had one of them. Because we didn't have a window either. We had a bathroom and it was like back of my bedroom was a, what you call it? I know you're not interested, but I'm telling you anyway. Linen closet. And then there was the bathroom, then my mum's room, then my gran's room. And the night my gran was really poorly, she was in the bathroom, no light on, because it used to take forever, the fan going after you turn the light off. And so I went in and gave her a kiss goodnight and went to bed and thought she was just being sick. And my mum went up afterwards and put the light on and realised she was coughing up blood. So yeah, that wasn't fun. But yeah, I knew I'd heard that noise before.
Stuff on the walls in the bathroom and then clean out. Well, that's pretty organized. There's not a lot to have to clean out underneath there. So anyway, let's get this some more of these garbage bags taken outside.
Will you stop spinning around?
Now, Jill, I talked to Jill about my clothes that are too small for me. I bought these back during COVID, whenever we got our COVID relief money. I bought a few items from
And now you're going to throw it all away? Well, that was a good use of COVID relief money. Wish we'd got COVID relief money.
the Chico's outlet store. But, you know,
Isn't that a clown, Chico? Wasn't it Chico, Harpo, somebody, Bravo? Harpo, Chico. The Marx Brothers. What were they called? I know you're all shouting at me now.
a size 18 then. I'm a 20 or 22 now, and these don't fit me anymore. But Jill has a Jamaican family that she will give the clothes to.
And you had to give their ethnicity because Jill knows a family down the road that had welcomed some clothes. You don't have to say they're Jamaican. Why add the Jamaican thing in there?
And so they will be used by someone in need, and that makes me happy. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then after I get all of this done, I've got to sweep and mop and clean this place. It's a disaster. Okay, let's go take out these garbage bags. Let's see, there's 3 down there. Let me take some more down. Okay, so let's get rid of some more junk. Open this up a little bit. I'm afraid to throw it with my right arm because of my shoulder replacement.
Oh God, yeah, don't do that. We don't want them exercises over again, do we? Two. We can count. 3.
4. Okay, so with the 4 last night, 4 today, that's 8 bags of trash. Yay. What a good feeling that is to get rid of some of this junk. It's been weighing me down for so long. Okay, let's go inside and see what else we can get rid of.
Deborah Joy, you go, girl. Throw all that trash away. You don't need it. It just weighs you down and makes you feel like you're suffocating. I always felt like pounds and pounds were gone off me when I purged. Well, stop buying shit to purge then. Only get what you need. That's just wasteful. I'm sorry. I had tons of books that I intended to read, and I tried I don't know how many times, and I just can't keep anything in with the fibro. It goes in one ear and out the other. I get to the end of the page, I put the book down to do something, I come back, I have to read the page again because I've forgotten what I read. So I gave up with it, and then I couldn't hold them anymore, so I gave all my books to charity. I cried when they went because I wanted to read them. I can't even do Audible. I can do Audible. I can read a book for Audible because I don't have to know what I'm saying. But I can't get a book from Audible and listen to it because it just doesn't go in. That's why I like 10-minute bits, 10-minute YouTube videos about all I can do. And I can do this because I can stop it when I need to say something and not wait till the end of the video. If I had to wait till the end of the video, I wouldn't say anything because I wouldn't remember what happened. It's ridiculous. But why buy a load of stuff if you're just going to bin it? Don't bin it. Don't buy it. It'll be a start. Sometime today. I'm so happy to have gotten this comment from our beloved Deborah Joy. It's so good to know she's okay. Is that it? Should I speed it up? Whoop. That was a bit of a con, wasn't it? Right, should we go on to the next one? Oh, I need to change the thing as well now, don't I? Ugh. Got Ginger Spice back in my ear hole again, singing. Where were we? That was that one, wasn't it? On to this one. I need to change the speed. Oh. She looks so happy, doesn't she? Pressed the wrong button. Sat here talking to myself.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am on my way to Jill's. She cooked today. Way to eat. I was supposed to make something. I can't even remember what I promised her I'd make. I don't know, anyway.
Is it Thanksgiving? You were supposed to make the what do you call it? What did she call it? It threw me completely. Dressing. You were supposed to make the stuffing for the turkey, but you didn't, did you? I don't know when this is.
I had to renege on my offer to
Oh, there's a surprise.
help her cook. I just can't. I'm just not in the right frame of mind with my nervous breakdown and everything that I had the other day on video.
Yeah, isn't it lovely how it seemed to happen just when you put the camera up? Most people that have nervous breakdowns have them in quiet places, in silent, on their own, and they don't just last 2 days and disappear.
And no, I didn't film it. I'm not an actress. If I were, then that would definitely get me an Oscar. It's just real life, y'all, and I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm not an actress. I just tell you the way that it is and try to show you what it's like living on Social Security, at my age, which most of us who live on
Roads over there are huge. Why are you so close to that car? Fuck's sake.
Social Security are my age or older. It's just hard, and I want all of you guys to know, especially I have a lot of young people who watch me. Amanda over at, she used to be Amanda's Budget, but she changed it to Life Unfiltered. But I can't
Please show support for Amanda's Budget, who is now Life Unfiltered.
find her when I put in Life Unfiltered because there are a lot of other channels with that same name. But if you put in Amanda's Budget, you can find her. And she has kind of put her budgeting channel on hold because she and her husband both just got fired from their jobs. So, they're really struggling.
And what a horrible time of the year for it to happen. Isn't it always the same? Thanksgiving or Christmas. People die or you lose your job. Like, life isn't miserable enough without adding them on top as well.
And so she's showing what it's like to live on a low income and young. I don't even think she's 35 yet. They're both in their early 30s with children, and she bought a trailer, paid cash for it. She worked so hard, lived in her car for a year while she worked in Oregon in freezing cold weather in the winter. She didn't have she wasn't born with a silver spoon in her mouth either. She's had to struggle. No college education, and like a lot of us from the 1950s had to do. We just did the best that we could. I was talking to Dale. She called me the other day when she saw the video because she was worried about me. And if y'all don't know her, I did a video with her a couple of times, but she and her husband owned a daycare across the street from when John and I were first married and Jason was a baby. Well, I guess we'd been married about 3 years, so he was about 2 years old. And she and her husband kept Jason for me while I worked 2 days a week now. Only 2 days. I worked for a weekly newspaper there called the Seacoast Echo in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi.
What did you do at the paper? This is interesting to me because I worked for 3 local newspapers in my time in London. Be interesting to know what you actually did for the paper.
And the newspaper was published on, I think, Thursdays. So we had to work late on Wednesday night to meet the deadline.
See, no, we did it Tuesdays. Tuesdays were deadline day. You can't have a deadline before the paper comes out because then the print don't get 2 minutes to print the actual paper. I've told this story before, but the Glenda Sully gang might not have heard it. I thought it was really funny. Worked for a local newspaper, and I worked in the sales and services department with advertising, and they couldn't read my handwriting for one of the adverts for a van for sale. So people kept ringing up and saying, "Oh, there's an ad for a van for sale, but it just says 692 question mark question mark question mark question mark." And at first I was like, for the love of fuck, could the print not have rung me and said, "Can't read what that says. What does it say?" But the person who got the first call said, "Yeah, it's a competition. If you guess the last 4 digits, you win the van." And really? No, not really. It was funny.
You know, if we hadn't met it by 6 o'clock, we had to stay until the paper was finished. So it was John's responsibility to pick up Jason from the daycare. And I'd get home at 8 or 9 o'clock, and Jason would still be across the street at Dale's daycare. And he would be at the bar drunk. And even then, I didn't even know that he was an alcoholic. Now, I grew up in South Mississippi in a county, it's called Pearl River County, where I grew up, and it was a dry county, so nobody drank that I knew of. I mean, I did find out after Daddy died 40 years later that he was an alcoholic too, because, y'all, he had a mountain. There was mountains just piled up of little old pint bottles of vodka.
You're saying he was an alcoholic, right? You didn't know for 40 years and there was a pile of bottles. Well, there would be a pile of bottles over 40 years. Does that mean he was drinking vodka all day, every day? No. That just meant that he liked to drink and he hid it in the garage or the shed or wherever the fuck he hid it. It doesn't mean he was an alcoholic. Just because somebody goes to the pub doesn't mean they're an alcoholic. If they were an alcoholic, you'd know.
You know, all those evenings and early mornings, we thought he was down at the barn swapping the hogs and milking the cows and feeding the chickens and everything, putting up fence. He was down there getting drunk. But I'm saying...
I can't say I blame the man, but hey-ho.
That to say, I didn't know what an alcoholic was. I just thought...
You still don't know what an alcoholic is.
John liked to drink beer. So, you know, I just did everything in my power to work as much as I could. I eventually did go to work full-time. I got a job at Equitable Shipyards in New Orleans and worked full-time. I was the executive secretary to the executive vice president.
Where have we heard that before, folks? An executive assistant. Oh, another one. Is it only narcs that get jobs as executive assistants?
Very prestigious job. And, you know, I got off at 5, so I don't remember where John went drinking at there. But in New Orleans, there's a bar on every corner, so it was no problem. But by then, I think I did realize that he was an alcoholic. A lot of y'all have come down hard on my daughter because of this nervous breakdown that I'm having. But it's not her, I'm not her responsibility. And
no,
it's
you're
just...
not. Like she was your responsibility, but you never stepped up to the plate, did you, where she was concerned? So why should she do it for you now?
I know a lot of cultures don't feel the way that I do, but I don't think that any child should have to raise their parent. You know, Jill, she's done very well for in her life for all of the trauma that she has been put through. It's a wonder she's still got all of her scruples, because she should be, you know, she had a very, very hard life, a lot harder than mine. I did everything I could to you know, keep a normal life, but after I left John, that was it. She was only 9 or 10, and Jeremy was 13. Jason was 18 by then. He was out of the house. He was working full-time and had his own place with his girlfriend. So, you know, Jeremy raised Jill until he got killed. And she was 16, and then she had a boyfriend who had family in Asbury Park, New Jersey. So that's how she ended up in the Northeast. She moved up here with him. And by then she graduated high school, and I think we were living in Kissimmee. Yeah, she graduated from Kissimmee, and she had met the boy there. He was probably 3 or 4 years older than her, and he ended up being very abusive to her. But she worked full-time. The job that she worked part-time, she would go from that job and then work at a diner there on the Jersey Shore. She didn't have a car. She rode her bicycle everywhere. And when the brakes went out on the bike, she still rode it in the snow and ice and had to use her feet to stop the bike.
You make it sound like nobody's ever done that before. Hello? I never had a car. I had to fucking walk everywhere. Oh, when her brakes didn't work on her bike, she had to use her feet to stop. Big woof. Everybody does that. Were you given, what's the word I'm groping for? Such a lovely upbringing that you think her riding the bike with no brakes is so bad?
Yeah, by then I was a full-blown drug addict, just keeping myself numb so that I wouldn't feel the pain from losing my son. And then I started with this, going to the mall and doing all this crazy shoplifting stuff and just being out of my mind. And spent 4.5 months in jail for grand theft. And even when I got out of jail, I was just floundering. I just couldn't function. I had no family, nobody to help me. From jail, I went to a halfway house that actually turned out to be a 3/4 house, because after I spent the 6 months in the halfway house, I graduated to the next 6 months.
What's a 3/4 house? That's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. It wasn't a halfway house, it was a 3/4 house. You're saying you had no help. You had a halfway house. Lots of people, they come out of jail and they're given a little bag and it's like, yep, there you go, bye. And they have nowhere to go.
And I also finished my probation there. Okay, so I'm going to end the video here because it is getting to be too long. So this is part 1, and then I will have part 2 uploaded later.
It's not too long. Do people not like her long videos then? Is that what it is? Right, where's part 2? That's that one there. There.
Yeah, by then I was a full-blown drug addict, just keeping myself numb so that I wouldn't feel the pain from losing my son.
See, part of me feels really sorry for her and totally understands if she went off the deep end and started taking drugs and whatever because she lost her son. Totally get that. But then on the other hand, I know for a fact she walked out on her kids. So what right has she got to lose her shit over her son being killed when she did nothing for him in the first place?
And then I started with this, going to the mall and doing all this crazy shoplifting stuff and just being out of my mind. And spent 4.5 months in jail for doing. I just couldn't. Halfway house, very helpful. My probation officer is actually the one who called my sister when I got out of jail and just begged her to please help me. She said, Glenda's living in her car. She just got out of jail. Somebody's got to help her. So together, she talked my sister into helping me. And then my sister, she and I together found New Beginnings Recovery Home there in Pensacola, Florida. So that's how I ended up there. Probation officer I didn't realize that they were there to actually help you get back on your feet. I thought they were there just to make sure to arrest you if you got into any other kind of trouble or whatever. What I'm trying to say is that none of this is Jill's fault. Now, if I just came right out and said, I need to live with you, you have no choice, you have to take me in, she would do it, and so would Hassani. They would figure out a way. But I don't want to live with them. I just don't want it. I want to be by myself. I just don't want, I don't like living with anybody. I've had roommates before, and it's just pure misery. I mean, if you are in a roommate situation and...
I can understand living with you would be pure misery, yeah.
And it's a good good situation for you, then count your blessings, because I've had roommates before, and it's all turned out to be a disaster. It's like, I mean, y'all are free to say anything you want to. That includes you, Jean Philpott. You can see that I haven't deleted and blocked you, not yet. But I just would appreciate it if you wouldn't Jill wants nothing to do with this YouTube. They're not on social media. She's not on Facebook or any kind of social media. They don't watch YouTube. They don't watch TikTok.
So why is she commenting on your videos then if she doesn't have anything to do with social media and she's not on YouTube? You've lost me.
Once in a while she'll watch one of my videos just to kind of see, how's it going, or, am I getting any views, anything like that. So
someone called Jill and told her about the video that I posted when I was having my hissy fit. Someone called Jill. How did they get Jill's number?
Apparently she did watch the second one that I put up, and she did respond. She said she responded to Jean's comment, but I haven't seen it yet. Just so y'all know, my family will help me if I ask for it. I want to make it on my own. I'm not her responsibility. She's working 3 part-time jobs, which turns out to be more hours than 1 full-time job.
Well, it would be, because it's 1.5.
I mean, she's either working or getting the kids off the bus and taking them to their evening extracurricular activities. And y'all know Isa is in Taekwondo, which is very demanding. Both children play soccer, and Ife goes to dance. And, they have soccer games on the weekends. And Isa and also is in the band. He's playing the saxophone in band, and he also...
Woo-hoo! Give K! That's it. Never let the saxophone die.
Goes to pan lessons on the weekend to learn how to play the steel drum. So,
oh my God, saxophone and steel drum. I'm going to run away with that boy. And Isa is in the choir lessons 2 days a week, early morning before class.
She's busy. Hassani works all the time. The job that he has, they work overtime every single day. And he leaves it early in the morning, and then he gets home late at night. And
that's what you do when you have a family and your kids are little. You put the hours in to do the best for them, and then hopefully when they're in college you can relax. That's how life goes.
At least 4 days a week. And he used to work late on Fridays, but now he gets home pretty early on Fridays. But, because of the way he has to work, he's not able to help Jill. So she's got her hands full. She's, with the grocery shopping, and, she buys all the food for the house. Their house was almost $500,000. So
why are you telling all this? Now in another 8 weeks it'll be people looked into her house and the deeds, and they found out how much she paid for it, and blah 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 blah, and it won't have been anyone. It's you telling her private information.
I don't know the exact amount of the house note, but it's huge. It's probably at least $3,000 a month or more. And insurance. And taxes are enormous because they live in a very, very good school district. I mean, Isa and Ife have, I think, like 3 teachers in their classrooms, or 2 teachers and an aide. And, Jill buys all the food. I think she pays the electric bill and the gas bill. And Hassani, he does buy some food because he takes his breakfast and lunch to work, because he works out in the field. They're not where they can just run and pick up fast.
I don't want to know what Jill and Hassani's fucking monetary oh, do you know, I've got the wrong head on today. Situation is, if they pool it together, if they have different accounts, if she pays one thing and he pays something else, that's their business. Got nothing to do with us. Why are you telling us? And then you do what Lardy does. Oh, the haters, they looked into this and they looked into that. No, you tell us everything. I now know more about your daughter and her husband and her kids than I know about my neighbours.
Food, he has to take his breakfast and lunch, and he usually takes whatever she cooks or leftover, or sometimes he'll go to Trader Joe's and buy, their freezer meals and take those. He's got some kind of little food warmer that plugs into the cigarette lighter, and it heats up and it can heat his breakfast and his lunch. So that's a very big expense too. And they have cable, and they have an alarm system on their house, and they have he has a truck note, she's got a car note. It just, you just can't even imagine it. The prices to live like that have not doubled in the past 4 years. They've quadrupled. Just trying to keep laundry. The stuff that I bought at Walmart, I have bought very little food, and I still spent $400. Just the laundry detergent and the over-the-counter meds. And, I put all these pads on my bed at night just to be safe. Not that I have incontinence or anything, but I don't want to take any chances of ruining my...
Well then, if you don't have incontinence, you only need the one pad, don't you? So how's that an expense? Either it is or it isn't.
Mattress. All that stuff is expensive, and my toothpaste and shampoo and...
We know, we buy it ourselves. What do you think we get? Miracle shampoo and toothpaste. Price of toothpaste, isn't it ridiculous? The fuck?
Hairspray and my...
Stop using hairspray then.
Voltaren cream that I use, and the Senna that I take. High octane treatment for my car to try to make it run better. It just added up. I bought my coffee and my creamer and paper towels and toilet paper, and...
You don't need paper towels. There's an expense you can do without. Use dishcloths and tea towels. You don't need paper towels.
I bought a large amount of everything because it's very difficult to shop here in the winter, and all of my subscribers out there who live up north, you know how hard it is to try to go shopping. It's hard to go shopping on a beautiful sunshiny day, but you add in snow and ice and freezing cold wind, it's even harder.
You've got a car! Most people walk. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. In America, you don't walk anywhere, do you? You've all got cars. But here, people have to walk to the shops and back.
When I bought my Mucinex, my doctor told me to take it 600 milligrams a day as a, what you call it, preventative medicine to try to keep me from getting the mucus buildup and the bronchitis and the infection that I get every year. So that's expensive. And another thing, I ran out of my Synthroid. I haven't had my thyroid medicine in around 10 days. So that probably has affected my mental health. Your thyroid controls every function in your body. And without it, I was taking I take 137 Monday through Friday. That's why I have to have so many of those in the name brand. This is how my doctor figured it out, because I'm getting better. I think I'm over my nervous breakdown.
It wasn't a fucking nervous breakdown. If it was, you wouldn't be over it.
And what I filmed is real life. It's just real life on Social Security. And sometimes you just reach your breaking point. You just can't take anymore. Anyway, I'm a lot better, so y'all don't worry about me. And I do appreciate all of your kindness and your prayers and your best wishes. And I'm almost at Jill's. I'm going to go enjoy her good cooking. She's a Southern cook, just like her mama.
She's a Southern cook, just like her mama, who can't cook.
And I love her. So y'all please give me a thumbs up and share. And if you're new here, please subscribe. Y'all know I love you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
I've always wanted to try that. Just because there's marshmallows on it. Somebody give me a recipe for that thing with the marshmallows, and I'll get Jed to cook it before I go back on keto totally. Watch my blood sugar meter blow up if I eat a plate of that.
I met Jill. She cooked everything all by herself. I did not help
Oh, do you know? Oh, isn't she great? Stop treating her like a child.
her at all. Tried something different this year. Instead of making the sweet potato yams, she made a sweet potato souffle, and that's the giblet gravy, a fruit salad, the dressing, and this is the
Stuffing.
beautiful turkey. Oh, I can't wait to taste of it.
I've never had a deep fried turkey. We do ours in the oven. Is there a different taste? I suppose if you put herbs on it, like Jamaican jerk chicken, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? Anyway, ignore it.
And she made a pecan pie. So we are going to go and enjoy our dinner. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. May God bless each and every one of you. And I love you with all my heart and soul. And y'all just keep on coming back.
Jill's got a nice dining table, hasn't she? Right. Where are we? We got to the end. And if you got to the end with me, thank you very much. And I will see you in the next one.